What's up, y'all? Brandon with BC Talks here. Got my Yankees jersey on because yesterday was opening day for baseball, and the Yankees got a big win. Devin Williams did almost blow the save, though, and lose the game. Gave me a heart attack. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about, if you saw the title of the video and you're a regular on the channel, you might be going, huh? What's that? If you're new to the channel, though, welcome. We're glad to have you. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. But if you're a regular, you might be like, cards? What's going on? That's right. I have cards to go through today, in addition to a small comic haul from the antique mall that they had comics on sale. Now, fun fact about me, I actually started out, I think I've talked about this before on the channel, I started out as a Pokemon card collector in elementary school. I was hardcore into Pokemon and the anime growing up. We'll talk more about that in depth later as I'm opening the packs, but I transitioned. It was only later when I was an adult that I transitioned into comic book collecting. So Pokemon has always been my heart, and I am one of the marks that over the past couple years, because of all these new awesome sets they've been dropping, has been getting back into Pokemon card collecting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
If you're not familiar, this morning, the new set for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the trading card game, called Journey Together dropped, and I hit 3 different stores. I only got 6 packs, unfortunately, but these are very hard to come by at retail price because people go and buy a whole bunch and then scalp people. You'll see like 1 pack of these on eBay for like 20 bucks in a few days, probably, I bet. But so I'm happy to get any. And so we're going to go through these packs and rip them. And if you're an OG of the channel, don't worry, the channel is not transitioning into a card collecting channel. Well, I know a lot of channels that happens. We are still doing comics. Like I said, I have a small haul of comics to go over from the antique mall. So, but first we're going to rip these cards because I'm super excited to share that with y'all. All right, so we're going to get into these packs. Now, again, this is my first time ripping packs on camera. My setup was not made for a top-down, card view. I do comics, and I only have the one camera, and the cat's there in the background, too. We have the loudest cat here, so y'all ignore him or don't mind him. He's always making noise. He wants to come rip the packs, too. He's excited for Journey Together. But, yeah, so my setup is not really made for opening packs, so I kind of have the camera positioned here, but I think it looks good still for what I have. So we're gonna open up again. I have 6 packs, and mind the awkwardness, it's gonna be a little bit of growing pains. This is my first time opening packs on camera, and also all of my Pokemon related stuff is in my storage unit with my extra comics. And I don't have my car right now, so the only Pokemon related thing I have is this little Gengar guy that I had laying around. So y'all say hi to him. You can comment down below what you want to name him. I always thought Gengar, like the Ghastly Haunter Gengar line, was a really cool line of Pokemon. And I'm a Kanto bro, like I said in the beginning, so I love all the 151. They at the GameStop I went there early. What I thought was early, I should have went earlier. I went on like 10:15, and there was already people like camped out there, like a group. So they had Blooming Waters at the GameStop I went to, but 151, the bundles or whatever, and they got them all. But I didn't actually know they were gonna have them. I saw it when I got up there. I was like, oh man, I should have came earlier. I would have known. But anyway, we're gonna go through the Scarlet and Violet. This is the new set that dropped this morning. I have 6 packs. We're gonna go ahead and open these. And again, it's gonna be a little awkward because this is my first time opening packs on camera, so I gotta look at the screen here, and I have a little tiny space here. All right, we got the code card if y'all want that, and then and I have to see where I'm gonna put all this trash too. I guess I'll store it down here. All right, so we put the 1 card to the front, and then we'll go through these here. So we have Basic Energy. This set has a lot of cool cards. And the mic too, the mic situation, I keep bumping into the mic, so if that's causing audio issues, I'm sorry. All right, we're back. Like I said, this setup was not really made for pack opening, card openings. It's more for comics. I like having a big open space. When I have this little confined space, it's harder, but I think I have the mic in a place where I won't bump it as much. It'll be easier to open the cards too. And by the way, before I go through this pack, They had these fell out of the pack. Some of the packs they have these promo cards in there. Nothing exciting. Just a Hop Snorlax, and that one's kind of bent too. They have Feraligatr and Dubwool. We'll probably see. I have 3 more, so we'll see the other 3. But let's go through this first pack here. Oh, did I see something there? So this is we have, and I'm gonna try to. I have to figure out how the angle goes too to do this. All right, we have a basic energy. We have Kamala Harris. We have a coughing Shuppet, Corvisquire, Electrode, Hops Bag. He got the bag. Clink Clang, Verzion, another coughing, and the Butterfree reverse hollow. So not a hit there. Although like I said, I'm a cancel bro, so I'll definitely be keeping that. Now for like I was talking about before, I when I was in elementary school and through middle school was super big into Pokemon. I watched the anime on WB or 4Kids, wherever you had it on back in the day, and I was super into the card game. I always wanted to go to New York and participate in the tournaments at the Pokemon Center. They don't have the Pokemon Center anymore. That's how old I am. They had a Pokemon Center in Times Square, and I always wanted to go there as a kid. But I'm so OG. I had I used to have a whole hundreds of cards. I had the games on Game Boy Advance. I had an e-reader. Y'all remember the e-reader cards where you would swipe them? And then it had the code on there. You could play games and stuff. And I had a link cable to link the game to play the the games with my friends. Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire. And oh, that was the code card I flipped on and put on the back. And but after Diamond and Pearl, I I fell off because I was getting older, and also we'll go through this here as I'm talking. And also, as I'm the oldest of 3, there's a Lechonk. I'm the oldest of, not 3, I'm the oldest of 7 kids. So growing up, I always had to share everything with my brothers. So having your own gaming console, like a DS, was not an option for me as a kid. So, Diamond and Pearl was the DS era. That was the first DS game. So that's why I kind of fell off of I love that art on the Cubone there. Even though it's a regular card, that's great art on the Cubone. That's one I'm happy for. Oh, and look, we got a hit. Ding, ding, ding. We got the Hops Wooloo. Look at that. The camera's probably not doing it justice because the lighting was not made for card collecting. You can kind of see there. That's a really great looking card there. That will go in a penny sleeve and a top holder. So there's a Hops Wooloo. So I got a hit in 2 packs. Nice. Now, I'm not familiar with the worth of this card. I guess I can check. I have the list here. But I'll open the packs. I'll open this pack up here, and I'll let y'all know. I'll probably put it in the video, because I can put that in post. And I will look after this next pack. And we got the Reverse Hollow Metagross as well. That's not really a hit, but a cool card. We'll put this here with Gengar can hold that. There you go, Gengar. If you want to hold that there. That's definitely going to fall, but... So, dope. 2 packs, and a hit. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. So, like I said, it's a little bit work in progress. It's my first pack opening. Now, I looked, while I was trying to fix everything here, I looked up the Hops Wooloo. It's the illustration, one of the illustration rares, and it is anywhere between $7 to $10 on TCG Players. So, a little hit there. Pays for a couple packs. They were $5 a pack or so, $5 and some change. And also, I don't know what the hit rate is on, just the regular hollow and reverse hollow rares, but we got a few of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the, either hollow or reverse hollow rares. So, and then we got the illustration rare. So I'm feeling good so far. Just from the single packs, I really like this. The camera is not doing it justice. I love that shine on there. But Yeah, so I'm feeling good for the hit rate so far. I really want one of the SIRs or like the trainers. I love, like I said, I'm a cancel bro, so I love that Brock trainer card. And I actually, even though I said I fell off of Diamond and Pearl, I did come back in my later years to the Unova series, with Iris and Cylan, and Brock came back. That's the main reason I came back, is because I saw Brock came back. So I was like, oh, let me watch this. Let me watch this. And I actually like Iris. I like those like brash, hot-headed kind of characters. Like a lot of people, if you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, a lot of people don't like Korra. I love Korra. I like that type of character. That like hot-headed, very strong, powerful woman. I'm a Wonder Woman fan, so that's why I like those type of characters. But yeah, so we got the third pack here. That's a basic energy, Minako. I like the art on that. Toad is cool. I gotta hold these up closer. Again, sorry, Mr. Mime. One of the OG 151. Love Mr. Mime. He was always with Ash's mom. What's going on there with Ash's mom?
Trust me on this one. You don't want to know. Audrey, don't tell him. You shouldn't have told me, but you did. And now I'm telling you, you don't want to know.
Sprigatito, that's one Pokemon I don't know. Like I said, I fell after Diamond and Pearl and briefly picked up Unova. I don't know all the Unova Pokemon. I know there's an ice cream one and a trash one. Ends Castle, Hops, Sandaconda, Kuparaja. See, I can barely pronounce some of these because I don't know them as good as I know like the Hoenn and Under Pokemon. Flagrado, Lilligrant, and a Ludicolo. So nothing in that pack, but some cool cards. I do know Ludicolo because of Hoenn. But yeah, so I am getting back into card collecting. And like I said at the top of the video, this isn't going to be, the channel's not going to change into a card collecting channel. For one, Pokemon cards are hard to find, and when you do find them, scalpers are reselling them at ridiculous prices. So it would not be economical for me to do that. But but also, I am a comic book collector first here. I'm just getting back into Pokemon cards, and I'm really just collecting cards I like the art, or cards that are nostalgic to me, like the 151. Even if they're not from the 151 set, there's a basic energy, Ends, Clang, a lot of Ends cards. Furret, I know that one from Hoenn. Dredragon, I have faint memory of that one. We got another Cubo. Oh, I just saw we just spoiled the surprise there, but it wasn't a hit, so we know it's not a big hit in this. I love the art on that Cubo. We got another one there. Brock, not the Brock I wanted, but Brock is the OG. Oh, by the way, as a kid growing up watching the anime, I always thought Brock was black because he's there's another reverse holo. Lily's Comfy, and then a Wailord. Not the Wailord we want, but a reverse holo Wailord. I'm getting a lot of these holo rares and reverse holos. What is the hit rate on them? There was 3 in that one pack. The Wailord, this one, and then the this one. There was 3 in that one pack. That's crazy. I don't know what the hit rate is on those, but I have a lot of those. They're not worth that much because they're just the regular, basic rares. But I feel like I'm getting a lot of them. I don't know. Maybe the hit rate for those is higher in Journey Together. Y'all let me know in the comments. But yeah, I always thought Brock was black because, I was a black kid and there weren't a lot of, anime now there's more black characters, but back in the day there was like no black anime characters, or if there were, they were like caricatures of black people. So Brock was like darker skinned than all the rest of the characters, so I always thought he was black. I did the same thing with Dora, even though she was speaking Spanish, I always thought she was black. I don't know why I thought everybody was black. Bagon evolves into Salamence. That's one of the cards that we're looking for here. Paris, love that art. Who's the artist on that? The art, Ayako Ozaki. They make good art. I love this art too. It reminds me of like I don't know what it reminds me of. Some anime reminds me of Swinub. I know that. Combuscus. See, here's a prayer Pokemon I know. Alolan Golem. I know Alola because of Unova. Excalibur, Verizon Wireless, another Holo. Oh, and what's this? Oh, all creamy. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo, trust crazy.
Pause. I don't know this Pokemon. Is this the ice cream Pokemon? I don't know, but this is an EX though, so it's not going to be that big of a hit. I'll let y'all know on the screen what that is. Yeah, All Creamy isn't a really a hit because it's just the EX. It is a double rare, but it's just the EX. It's worth about $1. I looked it up. So that'll go in a little thing. We'll put that here. under Gengar. And we have, what is that? One more reverse holo rare, or holo rare. I don't know how to do, I think it's holo or reverse holo, I don't know. So we got a bunch of those. And this is the last pack, so last pack magic here. Let's give it a little magic. I'll give it a little magic. I really want one of the SIRs or one of the trainers, Brock or Iris. That's what I'm looking for. But, you know, if all I get is the Wooloo, that's a nice little hit, so pays for like half of those. Although I will keep that probably. I'm not really gonna be, I'll sell the ones I don't want, like the Pokemon I have no clue what they are. I'm not really looking to, I keep doing that. I'm not really looking to collect the whole set, like do a master set or whatever. I'm, like I said before, I'm just looking to collect what I think is interesting, or Pokemon that I know, that I like a lot, or cards that I think the art is cool. So, yeah. So any of these other cards I will probably, if they're worth anything over $1, I'll probably put them up for sale or go to a card store and trade them. So for last pack, we had the basic Fire Energy. We have a Petite Lil. I don't know that Pokemon. Sorry, I had to pause. I had a nasty cough there. A Piloswine, I know that one. A Q-Fant, I don't know that one, but it looks like it might be related to Donphan. And the other one that Donphan evolves into, let me know in the comments. Another Sprigatito, a Spiky Energy, not the rare one. A Celigor, Corviknight, and like I said, I'm bad at holding these up. Bagon, do know Bagon. Bagon's good because it evolves into Salamence. Well, it evolves into the other one and then Salamence. I forget the orb one. The name is escaping me. Iono's Wattrel and Ludicolo, a reverse holo. So only one really decent hit in the 6 packs. We got the Hops Wooloo. It is a very nice looking card though. I like that. And in the I feel like in the top holder, it's not really, maybe I put it in backwards. I don't know if you can put them in backwards, but I feel like it doesn't really do it justice in the top holder. It's very nice looking. But like I said, my lighting is not made for cards here. But we got the Hops Wooloo. We got an All Creamy Paws EX. And then we got a bunch. Like I said, I'm going to look up the hit rates for these and when I get back to the comics and let y'all know. Because we got a bunch. We got 1, 2, and these, it's hard to tell on the camera, but you can see there how it's the reverse holo, or the holo, and then that's the reverse holo, the Willard. 3, 4, oh, I didn't even count this too. There's one here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 holo or reverse holo rares. So I got a bunch of those. I don't know what the hit rate is on those, but I think all my luck got used on those. And then the Hops, Wooloo, and the All Creamy. So those were some interesting cards. I got a lot of those holo and reverse holo rares. Like I said, I need to look up the hit rate on those. And then we got the one Hops Wooloo. So overall, it was okay packs. I at least got an illustration rare. I was hoping for an SIR or a trainer though. But you know, maybe I'll find some more. I do actually have 3 packs of Paradox Rift that I found at a local Walmart that I'm gonna open in front of a later video, which will be related to these comics, because these comics I have here are part of a 2-parter video. I'm putting half of them in this video and the other half we'll do in the other video with the other pack opening. Now I picked some of the lesser interesting comics. These comics are still interesting, but there are more interesting comics in the next video, so stay tuned for that one. Again, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content, comic book content. But these are still interesting, I think. And the first one is really interesting. I've never seen this one before. And again, these came from the antique mall that is near me, that you've seen on the channel before with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing. They actually took that down. But if you've seen my antique mall videos before, where they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in the thumbnail, that's where this came from. This one is generic comic book number 1, and it's always hard to because I have the light set a certain way to get it so it's not in the light like that. It says generic comic book type, superhero, action, adventure, and then it has the little thing there what it tells you what it is. Now this one is an interesting one because it is, and I'll pop it open to show y'all as well. It is generic comic book number one. I've never seen it before. It's literally just a generic comic book. Like, it has a story about a hero with powers that are non-specific who fights a villain, but none of them have names. There's nothing specific about the story or the plot or the characters or the powers or anything. They just fight. It's very nondescript and non-specific. And I looked it up. According to Comic Book Database, in an interview with Comic Book Database magazine back issue number 34, Steve Skeets says that he wrote the story. So he is the alleged writer, but we don't know for certain who the writer is. There's not a lot of information on like they didn't put the writers, like, usually they put the information on the book. Here, I'll show it up to y'all down there in the little description there, but I don't know if you can see. You can't really see. There's not really that much. They just put generic comic book number one. They put the date, production by Marvel. They put Stan Lee and all the people, and but they didn't put like the writer or anything. And it literally just is. You see, it says a superhero, and then it's like a generic, almost similar to Spider-Man story. He's got like a redheaded girlfriend that he's trying to get with, and then a villain comes, and so it's kind of similar to Spider-Man's story almost, but it's like if you took all the flavor out, and so it's just basic and nothing, and like the villains, they have a fight, and that's it. Excuse me. It's there's not really much to it, but I thought it was interesting because there's not a lot of information on it, and I've never seen it before. And it is an official Marvel comic book, so very interesting. They're generic comic book number one. And then the next one, this one's a little bit more, more of your typical comic. This is Batman 442. Some of y'all might recognize this if you're seasoned comic book collectors. This is a great cover, by the way. I love this cover. And it is the first appearance of Tim Drake's Robin in the Robin costume. So he appears in an earlier issue, which we might see later. Wink, wink. But this issue, he is his first appearance in the full costume as Robin. So I really love this cover. Yellow covers are underrated, man, especially when there's like red. She's got the red and then the yellow. It's not a yellow cover really, but it's got the yellow on it. Any cover with yellow like as a main focus, I love those. They're underrated. And with Tim Drake, if you're not familiar, he was one of the Robins. He came after Jason, and after Jason Todd died and then was resurrected, and then he didn't become the Red Hood yet. He just disappeared. And actually, in this issue, Nightwing is trying to find Jason Todd. Or not in this issue, in the issue that we're going to talk about later. In this issue is when Robin suits up as him. But I thinking that Tim Drake will probably show up in James Gunn's new DCU because they announced that they're doing a Nightwing and Jason Todd movie, which is going to be like part puppetry, part animation, part live action. It's going to be really interesting. Really interesting to watch, but it's going to be Nightwing and Jason. So Nightwing and Jason are already going to be adults, and then Damian is supposed to be in the team up movie, The Brave and the Bold, with an older Batman as his dad. So the only Robins that could be available for Teen Titans, I guess Damian could be in Teen Titans, but he's going to be running around with Batman, so you would think he wouldn't be in Teen Titans. Although in the newer Teen Titans animated, or not Teen Titans, but in the newer Justice League animated series that just ended with the Crisis event, so technically none of that's canon anymore, but in those, Damian was the Robin on Teen Titans, so I could see them making Damian the Robin in the new Teen Titans movie that's supposed to be coming out, that they said is being written right now. But I think it would be interesting if they made it Tim Drake, because not a lot of people know Tim Drake, and when you have a character that doesn't have all that baggage with them, because everybody knows Dick Grayson's the original Robin, everybody knows that Jason Todd was the one that died, he got killed by the Joker, and then he resurrected and became the Red Hood, and most people know that Damian is Batman's son, who was trained by Ra's al Ghul, son with Talia al Ghul, so all those characters kind of have like associated baggage that the general people know. Like maybe everybody doesn't know all the details, but they know general stuff and they'll look it up. But Tim Drake doesn't have all that baggage with him, so I think it'd be interesting if they're going to do a Teen Titans movie to make him the Robin, because you can really mold him into whatever character you want to be. If you're a writer, that's the kind of character you want to work with, not a character that already has a whole bunch of pre-existing baggage with them. You want a character that you can kind of make your own, kind of like how James Gunn did with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Not a lot of people knew who they were, so there wasn't a lot of preconceived notions about them, so he kind of could change them into what he wanted, and they ended up being one of the better Marvel series, one of the best Marvel trios in my opinion, right up there with Captain America and Iron Man. I think Captain America's the best, then Guardians of the Galaxy, then Iron Man, as far as the trios go. The Thor trios are lacking. Ragnarok is good, but the other two are eh. So anyway, I really think that it'd be interesting to see Tim Drake be the Robin. Speaking of Tim Drake, this is the issue I was speaking of before. This is 436. This is the first appearance of Tim Drake, who obviously later becomes Robin. And this is the issue where Nightwing is trying to find Jason Todd. And actually, a lot of this issue is Nightwing's backstory about how he was in the circus and everything. So they kind of rehash Nightwing's backstory, and then he says, I have to go find Jason. But Tim Drake appears first in this issue and then in this issue. So it's kind of like a companion here. I gotta level these out so you can see. And then in this issue with the yellow is when he gets the full costume and actually becomes Robin. So two kind of companion comics there. Oh, and I forgot to say at the top, like I said at the beginning of the video, these were on sale. So they were about $2.50 a book. So really great deals on these. This next one is one of the Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane books. No, it's not that Curious Black one. I've been looking for that Curious Black one forever. I actually found it at this same antique mall from this same vendor like a couple years ago, but it had half of the cover torn. Well, it was a little bit less than half, like a third of the cover was torn, and so I didn't buy it, even though it was really cheap. It was like $14, and but I was like, I can't buy a torn cover, even though it was the book. Looking back now, I kind of wish I had bought it just to say I have it, because people don't know that it's torn. You can just say, oh yeah, I have the Curious Black issue. That's a great issue, very controversial issue. But this is not that one. This is Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane number 124, and this is not a key. There's not many keys in this series. The Curious Black one is the biggest key, the most notable one. But this one, I like this cover because if you've been following the channel for more than a year, you know that I have a small but growing collection of bondage covers, and there's actually a lot of bondage covers in the Superman Girlfriend Lois Lane series, but usually most of them in this series are her being bonded. This one has Superman tied up, so that's why I got this one, because y'all know I love Superman. He's probably my favorite character in the DC comics, and now he's the one being tied up. So how the turntables here. And y'all know I love a strong female character. You got Lois Lane there with the spear going to try and they're all like, prove you're our queen, kill him. So it's one of those like stories from the 60s where the woman gets stranded in the jungle and then she becomes the queen and whatnot. And they have Superman tied up. One of those cliche stories. But I really like this cover. It's got the yellow. It's a really cool looking cover. And it's got Superman tied up. So that one is going to be one of the rare Superman bondage covers there in my collection. I think I actually have a couple more Superman bondage covers. And then this last one is not a key, but it's an interesting cover, and it's one I needed for my Claremont collection. I was surprised to see it on my list. I didn't have this. This is Uncanny X-Men 240. I honestly don't know how I don't have this already. But according to my Google Doc, I do not have this one yet, so this will go in the collection. And if you watched the reboot of X-Men 97, you all recognize Madeline Pryor on there and Mr. Sinister. They were two very big characters in the new X-Men the X-Men 97, the reboot of the old cartoon. So yeah, great cover there, but it's not a key, just when I need it for my collection. And that's all the books for this part of the haul. The next haul, I'll open up the three packs of Paradox Rift, and we have some very interesting comic books in that haul, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. And like I said, that's going to do it for today's video. A pretty cool video. We got cards and comics, ripped a bunch of cards, got that illustration rare, Hops Wooloo, and then a whole bunch of hollows and hollow rares and reverse hollows. I'll have to look up those pack odds again, and then also some pretty interesting comics as well that were on sale. And make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel for more comic book and pop culture talk. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video with some more cards and comics, and I will see y'all another day.